All right. Well, my name's Tracee Lydia Garner, and I live here in Sterling, Virginia, where the Old Dominion University campus is located for the distance learning site is in Sterling. Sterling's about 15 minutes from Dulles Airport. Um, and I am disabled. I have muscular dystrophy. I'm a Jerry's kid, and that's what everybody kind of thinks of if they think of muscular dystrophy, or that's why I remind them of, because that's what they really know, because the telethon comes on every year around Labor Day. Right now, I work for the Defense Logistics Agency, which is under the Department of Defense, DoD, and I'm what's called a procurement technician. Basically, that has to do with contracting and getting quotes and getting bids for some of the services. And one of my coworkers was explaining to me that we really just take care of the soldiers in the military, and it requires a lot of information, a lot of work that I didn't really even know about. So there's a lot of contracts and things to provide services to our United States military, all branches, Navy, Army. Um, I'm sorry, I forgot the other two. Army, Navy,
Air
Marines,
Air
and
Force.
the Air Force. Yeah. So all branches of the military. See, I've only been there like what 8 days now. Um, and it's a lot. It's different and it's fun, and it is a federal job, and I really enjoy it. So far, it's so good. As far as my future career goes, I really want to stay in government, preferably the federal government. Not my parents per se, but a lot of people have said that the best place for people with disabilities to be is is in the government. So, I mean, just because of like the things that we need, and as far as our health is concerned, no one kind of takes care of you like the government. So I think that it's important that I think a lot of disabled people are in government. A lot more could be, and they are doing a lot of more initiatives to recruit people with disabilities. So I want to write on the side as a hobby and continue to do that, and work for government, federal government, not forever, but at least for a good little while. Well, I applied for the Workforce Recruitment Program, WRP. That is through the Career Management Center and the Disability Support Services Office. All schools have disability support services for obviously people with disabilities, where you go there, you get accommodations, you get help with taking tests, extended time. Anyone who has a disability really can, a diagnosed disability from a doctor can qualify for disability support services that are on the campus. And the Career Management Center, so I've actually been in the WRP before as far as being enrolled and having my resume in the database. Unfortunately, a lot of the calls that I got last year when I was in the program, they were from people that were so far away. And so I was always turning them down because people would call me from Baltimore, which is almost 2 hours away from here. They'd call me from, some people even called me from Norfolk. So I know they think that I went to school down there, but if you really kind of look a little bit more closely at the resumes in the database, it'll probably say where your home address is, which is in Sterling. So I guess a lot of people don't know where that is. So that was kind of frustrating last year when I tried to apply. But this year I finally went to the interview again. I got a call from Fort Belvoir, Virginia, which is about still a good little ways, about 45 minutes away from here. And I had a little phone interview, um, and they hired me. So it was really fast, really quick. And I also started a blog called A Gimp's Guide. Gimp, it comes from the word, I think in Vietnam, it used to refer to the people that were coming back from the war that were disabled. So it's a term that we've kind of embraced. And it's like an inside word that we use, me and my friends. Like, I'm a gimp, you're a gimp, we're all, gimps. But anyway, it's called A Gimp's Guide, and it's on Blogspot. But I want to talk about is the Office of Personnel Management, or OPM. Most government and federal and state employees know about this website, but a lot of people still probably don't know about it. It just has a lot of specific information as far as getting a government job, working in the federal government, getting getting all the resources. There's even specific sections about what persons with disabilities can do as far as documentation to kind of not necessarily move you higher in the hiring pool, but certainly to just increase your chances. They are looking to recruit people with disabilities. They are looking to recruit minorities with disabilities, women and African Americans, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. So I think that it's important for everyone, every college student, to go to that website just to see what they have to offer and to learn more about getting into the system. The last website is the Disability Support Services, or DSS. I use DSS all through school as far as getting accommodations, letting people know, and they also help with the recruitment program and with the workforce recruitment program. I know that just about every school, most of the schools in the U.S. have a DSS office, simply because ODU was so far away. I called and worked hard with DSS at ODU to ask them about going somewhere else for my interviews, and they allowed me. I was ready with where I could go, and that was George Mason University, which is only about 30 minutes from me. So I asked if I can go to their DSS office and interview there, because you have to do an interview to be considered for the workforce recruitment program. And there was no way I could make it all the way to Norfolk in that amount of time and just come back and be exhausted, even though I do drive. But it's just a long ways. And if you go to a campus, maybe you can try to get one that's closer. And if it really comes down to it, go to a community college. Or if you have a Teletechnet campus, how fortunate are you? You can probably do it virtually, or you can even see about doing a phone interview as a last resort. As far as finding a job with the workforce recruitment program, I would say and advise to people to take a more proactive approach as far as finding employment. For instance, last year when everyone was calling me from all these places that I couldn't physically go to because they were too far a drive to be working every day, I could have called agencies around me and asked them if they were a part of the workforce recruitment program. A lot of the federal agencies, like I said, and the government agencies are. So I kind of sat on my hands and didn't do anything. I just kind of waited for people to call, and then I didn't get anywhere. So even if I probably asked the person that interviewed me, she gave me her email and everything, and I didn't make use of it. Now, of course, I work at the building that she works at, but I could have asked her then, is there a list of agencies that are participating in the workforce recruitment program for people with disabilities? And I just didn't. I didn't think of it actually till today that I could have asked for that, preparing for this interview. But there are probably agencies very close to you. There are a lot of government agencies hidden in industrial buildings because they're kind of camouflaged because nobody wants them to know that they're there. So take a more proactive approach to get the job and to call people instead of letting them call you.